We would like to thank you all for coming and joining us to celebrate Olivia and Michael, and especially those who have traveled from far away. Thank you also for all of you that have helped in preparation for this wonderful day. When a father has a daughter, he doesn't think about her getting married and leaving her parents, but that day creeps up on you very fast. It seems like just yesterday you were a baby, and now we're celebrating your wedding. Olivia, you are intelligent, hardworking, generous, kind, loving woman. Your smile lights up a room. Your mom and I will definitely miss your funny jokes and miss the times we have shared watching movies and eating popcorn. Words alone cannot express how proud your mom and I are of you. We love you. Some people say we are losing a daughter, but I say we are gaining a son, and Olivia has chosen a good one. Michael, we love your kindness, gentle heart, the way you plan fun times with Olivia, your excitement to join in adventures, and how much you love our daughter. To both of you, you have had a beautiful wedding today. The time and energy you have both spent making this day special pale in the comparison to the time and energy that you will both invest to make a beautiful marriage. Marriage is work. A beautiful marriage doesn't just happen, it takes effort. Both of you have grown up with God as part of your life, bringing God into your marriage on a daily basis and putting your trust in Him when things don't go the way you want them to will make you marriage strong. I invite everyone to join me and Bonnie as I welcome Michael into our family and wish both of them many, many, many wonderful and loving years together. Raise your glasses. To Michael and Olivia.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's bow our heads for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for protecting our families and friends and keeping them safe and healthy. Lord, thank you for bringing Michael and Olivia together. Please walk with them and keep them in your loving arms as they go through life together, and bring them closer to you. May their hearts be united in love this day and forever. Lord, thank you for the family and friends here today, and please bless them on this happy and joyous day. Lord, bless the food we are about to receive and the hands that prepared it. Amen.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's an absolute honor to be standing in front of you tonight. We each have a special connection to the bride and groom. It's quite an extraordinary evening. For me, it's the night I get to watch my childhood best friend start a new chapter with a wonderful man. My name is Rachel Williams Spanto, and I've known Olivia for decades, plural. I am sure some of you are doing the math right now. Olivia can help you with that, trust me. I will explain later. And yes, I've known Olivia for over 20 years. We met when we were the youngest of Girl Scouts, Daisies for those of you that are familiar, and we were in the same troop, Troop 54. Although we did not attend the same schools until middle school, I have fond memories of Olivia and I going to day camp, earning badges, and attempting to sell cookies to strangers. In fact, at Olivia's recent bachelorette party, the bridal party came to the conclusion that Ohio Girl Scouting was unhinged, thanks Charlotte, in the best way. With the help of the troop leaders, including our moms, we had some wonderful times, including the infamous Zoo Snooze, where there is a wild picture of Olivia and her mom lovingly cradling a snake. They look thrilled. As with many kids approaching middle school, it was an uncertain time for me. In our school district, that meant 4 elementary schools converging, and all the kids were going to be split into community A, B, or C. I remember hoping for community B, not for any reason except my older sister had been in community B. Little did I know the disappointment I felt when I found out I was not in community B would soon be replaced by a better feeling, that I was placed in the same homeroom as Olivia. Our names were fairly close in the alphabet, but with so many W.I., Wilson, Williams last names, we somehow managed to be in the same homeroom every year together until graduation. Knowing that I had this extraordinary friend waiting for me got me through the nerves of the first days. It was even better when we would finally get our schedules handed out and compare what classes we might have together. And this brings me to high school math. I definitely fall into the category of right-brain thinkers. And while math falls into the left-brain thinkers, during our senior year, Olivia and I ended up in the same math class, and for that I'm going to remain forever grateful. That year, our favorite math teacher, who was amazing, was out on maternity leave, and we were left with a sub that was, well, not amazing, to say the least. When I struggled to grasp the quick-flowing curriculum, Olivia would help me through, and we formed a Starbucks study group. I can remember so clearly Starbucks would be closing, the table would be littered with sugary drink cups and the remnants of overpriced pastries, and Olivia, patient as ever, was explaining to me, probably for the 3rd time, how in the world A divided by B with unknown integer C equaled Y. It's moments like these that paint such a clear picture of the friend I am blessed to call my best friend. Olivia is wonderfully patient, blessed with intelligence, and generous with her time and talents. She is selfless and the epitome of a true friend. We have seen each other through the ups and downs of life, and through college, and through moments when we both came to realize that we deserved better than some of the guys we met along the way. And so, this brings me to my favorite chapter of our friendship, the one where Olivia meets Michael. Okay, so let's take a trip down memory lane. The year is 2020, and while there was a lot going on that year, something really special was happening. 2 people are meeting up, coming out of lockdown, and catching up on the years gone by. As I'm sure you were imagining, it was Olivia and I taking our annual catch-up walk in the park. And she was telling me about that kid, Michael, who went to the high school dance with me that back in like 2016. Well, we reconnected through a Facebook message I sent him, and I will never forget, she looked really, really happy telling me this. And I thought, something might be happening here. I'm sure I went home and tried to dig up old pictures from Facebook, but I wouldn't have had to sleuth for long, because soon I began following Michael on Instagram and checked in on him a lot, as friends do. And you know what I saw? I saw a true, deep love blossoming right in front of my eyes. I saw them creating a life share together through the most creative date nights that allowed them to really get to know each other, and I saw the ear-to-ear smiles that just filled my Instagram page. They both just loved sharing pictures of their time together, and I'm sure they have what those fond memories to look back at. And then I heard from Olivia a lot of really great things about Michael. The way he would show her he cared in all the little ways. The way you could just tell he was truly proud of her. The way Olivia would describe Michael's thoughtfulness, it was just so clear to me that they had a great time together, but they also shared some of the deeper things that make a relationship special. They shared the same values of family and faith, of humility and kindness. While I lived many states away while their romance was blossoming, I always felt like I had a good read on the situation. In fact, there were 2 messages I received from Michael that stand out. The first was him planning a special graduation surprise for Olivia. He was going to great lengths to shower her with a surprise of well wishes upon her graduation with her master's degree in architecture. I remember being struck by the effort he was making. I mean, you want to see your best friend end up with a guy that adores her and cheers her on, and Michael, you certainly do that. The second text was very special. Michael was planning to propose. In the meantime, Olivia and I were catching up and talking all things rings and giddy with the excitement over what the future would hold. And on a very cold night in January, Michael truly set the world aglow with the most beautiful proposal, and thus begins their new chapter together that brings us to this evening. And so, there's a few things I'd like to close with, a few wishes for Olivia and Michael that I would like to share. Just like the first few years of your relationship, continue to date each other. I've heard stories of the time you make for one another and the creative ways you continue to put work into your relationship. Your relationship is unique and special. Be sure it grows with you as you two grow together. Just know that you can always come back to each other, and just as you reconnected as you found each other, always make time to lean in and find each other in those really tough moments and in the really joyful ones too. You are truly each other's best friend in a class all your own, and nurture that friendship for everything it's worth. You've chosen a wonderful person, both of you. I've been so lucky to be on the receiving end of Olivia's patience and her genuine, kind-hearted ways. And it reminds me that love truly is patient, kind. It does not envy and it does not boast, and it is not proud. And so, I wish for your relationship to be watered with the seeds of love, patience, and humility, the things that will continue to allow your relationship to truly flourish and grow. And so, Michael and Olivia, I look over to you on this very special evening. Take a moment to soak in all the love that is in this room right now. Take a mental picture. And now, everybody, it is truly an honor and a privilege that we can raise our glasses to the new Mr. and Mrs. Hopkins. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Nick. I'm the best man. Closer. Good. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nick, the best man and the brother of the groom. For the past 24 years, I have had the honor of having Michael by my side. When people ask me what it's like to have Michael as a brother, I usually take a deep sigh and say, Michael's a lot. Don't get me wrong, he's a great brother. Michael's wise, cheerful, caring, very outgoing in everything that he does. He's truly been someone there for me when I needed him. But being a brother, there's been more than just good. There are plenty of nights where we wrestled, we fought over the important things of life. Who has to take the trash out? Who's going to get the front seat in the car? Things that really matter. We also had the occasion where I had to wake up hearing Michael singing at the top of his lungs, "Good morning, good morning." Truly some of his best work. Might I add that this is the fighting that we got into always happened to be before I hit puberty and grew. It seemed like when Michael could win, we fought all the time. But as soon as I got taller, Michael decided it was probably best that we were friends. Michael is, like I said, a lot, which means when he goes after something, he puts his all into it. We've had many days where I've enjoyed such special occasions, whether it's my 21st birthday, when Michael decided that I had to go to Kalahari with my friends and blessed us with such an amazing evening. Or it's working at Pump It Up when we had murder mysteries, scavenger hunts. We went all over Hartville just off of Michael's hard work to get us to have a good time and grow closer as employees. Michael puts his best into everything that he does. Through those times and the ups and the downs that we've had as brothers, I've always known that I can count on Michael to answer his phone when I needed somebody to talk to or to drive over when I needed him. Whether this was advice or just somebody to be there with me, whether it was to laugh or to cry, I knew Michael was never far away. Even when he moved out, we were super close. Maybe more so because we didn't have to argue all the time, which was probably nice, but Michael has always been somebody that I can lean on. Olivia, I'm sure you know it by now, but you are getting your all from Michael. Somebody who's going to be emotionally aware, someone that is always looking out for you and others and seeing how they're doing. He's somebody that is outgoing for the ones that he loves. He'll find ways to make your life better, and no matter how much energy or time it costs, he'll do it for you. He's a hard worker, responsible, and willing to speak his mind in order for the best outcome to happen. No matter what Michael does, it's a lot. You're getting somebody that's going to protect you, somebody that's going to hold you close, that's going to let you know how he feels, no matter how hard the words are to say. And if there's ever a time where you wonder how much he loves you, or you think about what he would do for you, just know it's a lot. You've got a good one, and from the times we've spent together, I know that he's got a good one too. You've been so supportive and loving, and it's amazing for me to know that he has somebody that he can lean on. It's been such a blessing to hang out with you guys, and I'm sure there are so many more memories that we're going to have together. It's great. Olivia, you are supportive, you're caring, you put up with Michael, which is great. I'm just so happy to see that you two have found each other. If I get everybody raise their glass. Here's the person you're standing next to, your best friend, your other half.